So I got the call a few days ago that my sister's dad had passed away. He was my stepfather for probably 13 years. My mom met him when I was 4, almost 5. And he was my first offender. And I would tell my mom, I would try to tell her what was going on. But he would say I was just doing it for attention, and she believed him. She believed him. So that caused a rift, as you can imagine, between my mother and I. I don't know that we ever got over that. There was a lot of things that were taken away from me in the process of this life I was living with this individual. And when the authorities did get involved, it didn't work out in my favor. That was back in the 80s, so they didn't do things the way they do things now. So you would think that essentially he didn't receive punishment, but he did. He did. My little sister, knowing what had happened to me, because he didn't do that to her, she didn't want him in her life. She didn't want him a part of her family. She didn't want someone like that around her children, and didn't want to subject them to his sickness. So he proceeded through his life not having a real relationship with his daughter, not having any relationship with his grandkids, not invited to events, not being a part of these things where he could be a predator on anyone else. And they found him lying on the ground next to his truck after laying there 8 hours, weighing 138 pounds. He was about 5'10". And just because you can't see karma play out in someone's life doesn't mean it's not occurring. And he had to think every day when he was lonely and he was missing his daughter, or he was missing a family or being a part of one, that was all due to the consequences of his actions. I wonder if he thought about that. I know that he had told her at one point that he was going to church and wanted her to go with him. And she said, well, that's fine and good, but do the people in the church know what you did to my sister? Do they know that? God knows that, I'm sure. Do they know that? The years of abuse that she endured? My sister gave me justice. And for that, I will be forever grateful. Forever. To be loved that much.